この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here on Tuesday for more ReZero, and we are here for episode 7. I'm so thrilled because it's so exciting. Last time on ReZero, Subaru spent a relatively uneventful week as a freeloading house guest at Roswell Manor. He was unable to make much of an inroad with any of the other characters during this time, with the enthralling exception of a little story time of an extant Japanese tale, thanks commenters, about a red and blue Oni who were once friends until one of their desires caused the other to make a powerful sacrifice and rend their friendship forever. That had some impact on Ram and also on me, and it was very cool. At the end of his week of freeloading, Subaru excused himself to venture out, sally forth into the wide world beyond, which was indeed an excuse, for he, instead of doing that, doubled back immediately to set up something of a trap and wait. A little bit of cleverness with a emergency escape attempt would be triggered and have to be used, as after a day of sitting and pondering his purpose, the enemy showed itself, and out from the shadowed forest strides Rem, the blue and kinder, usually, sister. Wielding an enormous, infinite-length flail with cold, dead eyes, she sets about to the grim business of seemingly attempting to directly murder Subaru for reasons that are still entirely unclear to us. And I don't know if he's long for this world, because she seems like a problem. And it's a broader problem, too. If we survive this and maybe defeat Ram, then what do? We go back to Roswell Manor and tell them that? If we don't survive this, which seems the most likely, we wake up in bed with her right there. We've still got a time limit, as long as we don't freak out and indicate that we're aware that this person is going to murder us. We've got 7 days or whatever close to it to figure out what's really going on. But that's still a bit of a nightmare, to wake up and be friendly gung-ho with the maid who seems to be the person who's going to murder you. It's also not entirely clear if the first death was caused by her, because her weapon appears to be a large bludgeoning flail, and his arm got chopped off, like real slickety-split, you know? Maybe that was just the flail doing its business, and that's how stuff works, or maybe there are multiple threats happening all at the same time, and Rem might actually be something of a red herring, which could make some weird sense. But it seems like this is the deal, and whatever it ends up being narratively, this is Subaru facing down his death once again, this time in the form of a cute maid girl who is really down on herself all the time and has very low self-esteem, it seems. But maybe has some crazy strength, and maybe like a blessing of strength or something like that would be my guess, because the flail's big. It's so big. I feel like we're going to start with some fighting stuff, and then Subaru's going to die, and we're going to get a reset and some intrigue. But I think I have very effectively demonstrated that I am not capable of predicting this show. So we'll just leave it there and be excited for whatever's going to come through the show for me. I want to do a drawing. I definitely want to draw Rem. I've got an idea for it, so I'm going to start scribbling, and I'll give you some pieces of it. Sleepy and cute, and wielding an enormous flail. Perfect. Man, I still just don't know. I just don't know why it's happening. Is it just because Subaru is some kind of threat? Is it because he's too close to figuring out something that they don't want him to know? Do they just need to kill people? No idea. Excited to find out. Happy to watch this next episode of ReZero. Glad to have you along for the ride. Let's dive into episode 7. I've got it up and ready to go. There are no custom subs for this one, so I'm just using the Citure ones. 2 versions of the episode. Picture-in-picture version available in the description. Timer-based version up on YouTube. Beep beep timer to count you down. Early access on Patreon. That's all the things. Beep beep timer. Let's go. Great. Yay. How about a not death? Yeah, if you're gonna kill me anyway, just tell me. Oh, it is literally just because we're suspicious? Maybe this is a different circumstance. Maybe she didn't kill him the first time. Yup. Extreme flashing power! Smart. OP? No OP. Okay, we're making it out of here. Kind of. We're gonna trip and fall on that knife or something stupid. Is your leg gone? Yeah. Alright, so that was her. Punish those who seem suspicious. How do you become not suspicious? Oh, Jesus! She's real deal. Gonna drag this out. You're gonna get tortured. No! Is that what you think is going on? I said no! Certainly not. But that tells us something. Probably they're following Satella. Wow. Drowning in the witch's scent? Watched me? Oh, you're a protector of Ram who's been... Wait, okay. What the fuck have I gotten myself into? And yet... memories that you don't have, man. That's some weird witch bullshit, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's some cursed stuff. Kill him. Contempt. Starting over in the same world again. Hi, friends. What's up? Yes. You really freaked out. You turned it around on them. Good job, man. Good job, man. No. He's going into the darkness now. What if you told people and had them on your side? It's worth a shot. At least get you some information. Yeah, I'm looping. Is he not allowed to say it? But this is a way to access whatever power is near you. Figure out what's going on. Whoa. Forced instant heart attack upon saying the thing to somebody? If you say those words, you die. That was pretty clear. Save you by sparing you from being near me. That's a good try, man. Just avoid. And you're gonna die a fourth. Oh. Hi, Betty. You've come to visit us. Then are you worry? Which you did. Which you did. The smell. Yeah, what's up with that? Is her power causing your thing? Did you just experiencing it cause it to be closer to you? And she's caused problems for Ram. No! Scoosh! Have nothing to do with me. Watch me? Ooh. Ooh. But I'm gonna get murdered. Oof. Her voice actor's so great. He reeks of the witch. Okay, we've got some powerful protection, I think. It's worth asking, man. She's like 1 billion, man. I was hoping for some kind of reaction to that. What was that? Memories? Whoa. The clasped hands? Did she just protectify you? And the danger has passed. He'll sleep through for the next night? Hmm. Was that just a nightmare, or was he being attacked in his dreams? I don't even know! Such stank. Time to read. Wow, her book pile's just stacking up. Wait. Well, don't leave me alone, you promised! Will we? Now I'm scared. Don't go outside, Subaru. Oh shit. Where are you? Oh, it's morning! Ha ha. What happens now? Is that good? I feel like you missed the important stuff. Hi, Amelia. What happened during the night while he was gone? What happens if he's not there? Are we about to get turned on? Is she not real? What the fuck is going on? I've got so many ideas now. One of the sisters is dead? What? What? Yo, so there are 2 simultaneous wild plays going on that don't make any sense. What? With blame in her eyes. What the fuck? You made it through, but there's a cost. Huh? Huh? Like, Like you, yeah. No, no, no. Was she thought you were the problem and was coming after killing you. There were two things going on. He can't say that he's in a loop. Literally can't. Oh. Thank you, Betty. So she's the slicing. Yeah, he couldn't have been responsible for this. Oh, Jesus. Suddenly very imposing. We're, like, full magic battling, and I don't know what's going on. I love it. Avenge? I didn't kill her. I thought we were in a pickle at the start of this episode. The two of them have murdered me twice. Oh! Full avoid. Yeah, you're gonna have to live with that. Even if you die with that. But he's past the day. Does he pass the day? Or does he die right here? Yeah, man. Oh, remember wistfully the getting murdered right over there. Or do you just reset to an hour ago? This will be his first self-death? Holy shit. Subaru, first self-death. Oh. Oh. No knowledge. Can't do it. Is that Fiend? Oh. Hi, Betty. Yeah, but that ended when I left the mansion, right? Oh, we have a permanent familiar friend? Hmm. Yeah, you want to enlighten us? No matter which is lost? No matter which, as though one of them is going to be lost either way? He's gonna turn and jump off the fucking cliff. Let's go! Let's go! Can't leave it like that. Despair. If only I could fix it. Close that fist. Multiple routes all at once. Yeah. Ah, there it is. Oh. I'd love to see that, but I'd also like you to let her kill him. I don't even know what your power is, Rab. Contract dissolved! Yes. I would call it that. Huh. Maybe to choose your fate a little bit. I'll try real hard in the next one. Honestly, you could answer some questions. Is she now? But he's gonna give it a shot. Okay. Hmm? Aww. And he's gonna jump for the cliff. The proudest suicide ever. Amazing. And Betty saves him. You won't have to. Ow. Ah! Well, it's gonna work, and he's gonna reset. Oh, this went in the best ways in so many ways. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. What a fucking pickle. This is the kick into gear. I didn't expect that this would be the kick into gear. Holy shit. We go all the way to maximum darkness. Obviously, it's not going to be maximum darkness. We can get darker than this. But this is about rock bottom. He holds to his ideals well. She tries to get information from him, dismisses everything he says, and murders him with giant whipping chains. Holy shit. Or I guess it's Ram with the flying, spinning super blades that actually kills him, isn't it? Nuts. And then, as expected, wakes up with them nearby and freaks the fuck out, causing them to be really worried. But there are a couple of really important, cool reveals. The first one is, I don't think this is just inside his gut, you know? I think whatever is causing return by death is not going to allow him to tell anyone about it. And that hand is spooky, ooky, isn't it? Beyond that, the reek of the witch. So, when he first returns, he's been in combat with Elsa, but that's not it, is it? He first returns, and they smell the witch on him. And they're familiar with the scent because the witch has cursed Ram, or caused some huge amount of pain for Ram. That's what Rem says early on. So his having this close encounter with it, I believe, is what Betty then smells more strongly on him than the first day when he was resurrected, right? That's my guess. It's the only thing that really makes sense. That's really interesting. I'm curious about that as well, because in the OP, which we don't see here, unfortunately, but in the OP or the ED, it was one or the other, there's a sequence where that hand is his hand. Okay, so he's stepping into the light he sees all the girls and he's gonna step into the light. The hand arcs from behind him and smashes into his back, ripping him backward. Time flips and spins. He flips and spins. Blades and chains, and he's down again. Okay, so it never does become his hand. He's just tied by it. It's the return by death thing. So simultaneously, it opens a path through the clouds, giving him a view of a beautiful future and the staircase leading upward, and then reaches out, grasps him from behind, and tears him back, killing him in that moment of revealed goal. Okay, fun. So I don't think it's his hand, but man, it sure is a hand. I love the hard open with the sound of it, especially. It's crazy sounding. And all the incredible red tones, amazing. And then the sunset tones for the last sequence where we're lining up the shot for him to grasp the sun, are also really fun and lead into some pretty classic stuff. Man, what trauma? What trauma? Betty ends up being really cool, and he asks a huge favor. Doesn't know if he's gonna get it, and she does. She binds herself to a contract to save and help him, and she is a magic user capable of standing against Roswell. And man, we gotta talk about that sequence, because there's something about a show that uses very minimal effects suddenly using a large quantity of minimal effects, like just and it's got a very powerful sense of power to it, you know? Really tense. So this does feel like it's just Nightmare, and he's dreaming of death. Yeah. And feels his hands being held. Fuzzy sensation, and golden light washes over him, and I assumed that this was Betty's assistance, but it's actually the sisters reaching out for him. And in this loop, they have seemingly no animosity toward him besides the smell of the witch on him. And he hasn't done anything to go and approach them or talk to them, really, because he's trying to avoid them. And he awakens in the library, and we spend some time reading books, which is cute. Betty goes and does a thing, and we find ourselves awake. One day later. And everything is perfect until it starts to go dark. I thought it could have been all sorts of crazy things. I thought Amelia had been killed and replaced by a doppelganger, and she was going to lead Subaru to a room and then try to kill him. I thought there's so many fucking things that started flashing through my head when we got this scene. It puts us in such a crazy position. It's so cool. Yeah. There are a bunch of moments in the story so far that are just like infinite branch points. We hit this node, and it could go anywhere. It could go any direction from here, and there's all sorts of shit that could happen, and I got no idea, and then it files itself down to the path that it's actually going to take, and it's really fun, because when you get to those nodes, it's just like the whole world is before you and anything could possibly happen. And this is one of those. It's like, oh shit, something's wrong. What's wrong? Now I know that it's going to be a dead sister for reasons unclear, but seemingly related to our first death. But in the moment, I didn't know that, and so I thought it could have been anything. So much has happened. Yeah, tell me about it. And blue, cold light suffuses the room, and Rem just gave up from weakness in her sleep. And we are the enemy number one on Ram's mind. This is a beautiful shot. I don't know what it is. I guess it's the cut, the light, the grimace of the teeth, the multiple tracks of tears. It's touching and scary. And this is going to be a cavalcade of shocked, dismayed Subaru faces. Oh god, what have I done? Oh god, what's even happening? Do you happen to know anything about this? And of course, he's the suspect, and he's immediately realizing that now she's not the suspect for his first death. So there's multiple options going on here. And again, we get a node sort of situation. But he also can't tell any of them about it. He can't. As far as I can tell, he can't tell them. Please, tell us anything. He can't. And so it becomes threat of death, and magic starts flying. Betty gets herself in the way, and in just a moment, he was in the Forbidden Library, so it couldn't have been him, and then he begins to turn on. I don't know. Okay, so it's just subtle screen shake. That's actually all that it is. It's subtle screen shake, and then going on to ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the dots move, and then he moves, and the dots move, and then he moves, and it's like overly large fluid. It's like how you would draw him moving if he was a 300-foot tall statue turning, right? Like slow and menacing. So it's that combined with the subtle shake combined with the light that lights up the darkened room. Okay, I want to see that again. Wow. I have disbelieved in Roswell's power for the entire time that we've known him. I've been like, silly clown man. Fuck. Fuck. Never mind, silly clown man. You keep doing your silly clown things. And of course, Betty's got her own sparkles going. It's like, they are right at each other's throats. And she is just enraged. Amelia puts herself out there, and Subaru can't. He just can't say anything. He runs. And he runs. Over your time, you build up proof of who you are. Evidence of the things that you've done. One of the things you can't run away from is running away from things that you know you should have stayed for. But the circumstance that is created for our character is not one where he can stay. He's stuck, squeezed out the edges, and so he squeezes out the sides and follows the path of least resistance into the forest and away from this place. Away from facing down people who blame him. Away from trying to nobly clear his name or save the world or solve the problem or protect the girl. He runs away. He's going to have to live with it. Or at least he would if he didn't make a very different decision shortly. Here, by the cliff, he realizes for the first time, really, that we've seen, that he can off himself and produce a reset. And I think we do a really good job of the looming vertigo and that feeling of looking over a long fall. I've looked over some long drops. I'm not a huge fan of heights, but I've done a good bit of some long drops in Yosemite, some long drops in Utah and Grand Canyon area. Big fire, fire tower in the middle of the fucking desert forest somewhere. I don't remember which national park that was. But I remember it distinctly because it was an immense number of steps, and they weren't the solid steps. There was the steps you could see through, so it was this distinct impression that your leg could just slip straight through and drop a couple 100 feet. And then you get to the top of the lookout tower, and it's built on like a mesa or a cliff, so it's perched on there. And so you get up to the top of the cliff, and then you climb the lookout tower, and you look out the top of that, and it looks out over the edge of the cliff. So you're a couple 100 feet up from the top of that, looking out at hundreds of feet down, long drop, immediate, deeper than monkey brain goes off. You're like, He hits that wall, knows he can do it and can't do it. And it's an even greater, self-betrayal. First running away, and then being unable to take the one step it could maybe fix it all. So he sits all day up here until Betty arrives and indicates that her contract is not over. And that you really don't know what you've been getting involved in. And he realizes that it was them, their compassion reaching out for him in that night. If they couldn't, if that's who they are, I can't leave them like this. And so we set it up. My whole life, I've drifted toward the easiest path. And then he admonishes himself, you're thinking of something really stupid. Thinking about both of their smiles the moment that they've connected. Oh man, I just saved my own life. I just saved it, so I'll decide how to use it. Boom! And there it is. A true kick into gear. And finally, pull her to the side. Scream out his deepest truth and his desire to learn more about them. Admits that he's been a fool and hasn't really learned anything that actually matters. And leaves them with, I love ya, and I'll see ya soon. And indeed he will, for he will reawaken once more, I believe, on the same day. And finally get down to business, strategizing and figuring out how to get the information he needs. Now that he knows that Rem is both an assassin who will come and kill him and probably not the assassin that came and killed him, at least in part, now we got some weird, wild mysteries to go follow. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled by the way that this is ended up. I love the idea of, friending or romancing characters that you know if you just misstep a little bit, they're actually fully on the murder side for you. It adds a lot of tension to the whole experience, and makes these maids much more interesting than I ever could have dreamed that they would be. And that's very cool, because they're cool and unique, and they're tied into the overall broadly arching story of the Witch of Envy, which seems to be directly related to Subaru's curse, and it's like we're all tied into each other. What? So I'm happy. This is a cool episode of ReZero. I hope you think so too. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you next week for the next episode, which will be available on the Patreon. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week. Much love. Peace.